Harambee! Eneo hili si hivyo. Mambo ni matatu.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our channel once again. I have consistently maintained on this platform that in politics nothing happens out of mere coincidence, and that everything in politics is normally well planned, well scripted and executed to achieve a specific political objective. Nothing in politics just happens for the sake of it. Yesterday, William Samoei Arap Ruto and Raila Odinga appointed 5-member committee to oversee the implementation of the 10-point agenda and the NADCO report. Ladies and gentlemen, behind that move lies some dark secrets. In this video, I want to reveal to you guys the dark secret behind the appointment of the 5-member committee. Before you do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, there is one fact which we can never run away from. That for William Ruto to stand any chance of being re-elected, he must win the support of the ODM support base. Because the mountain which voted for him to the last man have already bolted out of his camp. But ODM party is still giving William Ruto serious political headache. Last week, or was it last week but one, Raila Odinga met with ODM delegates from Kakamega County. And during that event, Edwin Sifuna confronted Raila Odinga. And Raila Odinga, in response, had this to say, because what Raila Odinga said at that time is actually what we are seeing happening.
Sasa sisi kama chama, tuna maviungo vya chama ambayo wanaongea. Kama mambo hii, kama Sifuna anaongea, mimi siwezi kujibu yeye kwa gazeti. Na ngoja tuende naye kwa mkutano ya tuko na inaitwa kwanza Central Committee, pili tuko na ingine inaitwa National Executive Committee. Tuko na viungo vya chama pale, tukienda tunakaa, kila mmoja anasema yake, na mmoja anasema yake, nasema yake. Tukimaliza na hii, kuna Sifuna ongea na waandishi wa habari. Sifuna anaongea kwa waandishi wa habari. Ndio ni mauti za chama. Kwa hivyo hakuna shida. Yale maneno yote ambayo Sifuna amesema, wengine wameongea, na hiyo yote sisi tutaongea keti chini kama chama, na mtasikia nini matamshi yetu. Uamuzi wa chama kamili. ODM is a democratic party.
After that Raila Odinga's statement in Kakamega, ODM party convened an urgent meeting of its Central Management Committee. The resolutions of that meeting was read to the public by none other than Edwin Sifuna. I want you guys to pay very close attention what Edwin Sifuna said at that time, because it's actually linked to the formation of this team.
After frank and open deliberations, the committee adopted the following resolutions as the party's collective message to members and to the country. Number 1, that the party supports the position that has been taken by party leader Honorable Raila Odinga to work with the Kenya Kwanza administration to stabilize the country and create an enabling environment for Kenyans to address their concerns through democratic and constitutional means. Number 2, that in order to expedite the implementation of the 10-point agenda of the MOU, ODM will constitute a technical team to work with our UDA counterparts as part of the political infrastructure to assist with the implementation of the agreement. The committee has identified the absence of such a technical committee which is actually contained in the MOU as the missing link in the implementation of the MOU. Of great concern is the full implementation of the NADCO report, promotion and protection of the livelihoods of young people, the right to peaceful assembly and protest, the rule of law and constitutionalism.
While ODM were busy talking, on the other side, William Ruto and his UDA party remained silent. So yesterday, they released a statement which was signed by none other than Raila Odinga and William Samoei Arap Ruto. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to reveal to you guys the deep secrets of this 5-member committee. But first of all, let me just read for you a few paragraphs of this particular statement. It reads here, on 7th March 2025, the United Democratic Alliance, UDA, and the Orange Democratic Movement, ODM, entered into a Memorandum of Understanding, MOU, outlining a 10-point agenda aimed at fostering national cohesion and driving inclusive prosperity. His Excellency Dr. William Samoei Ruto, President of the Republic of Kenya, and the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, acting in their capacities as party leaders of the 2 largest political parties. I want you to mark that. 2 largest political parties in Kenya, therein referred to as the principals, agreed to establish a broad framework for cooperation and collaborations across all political formations and other key stakeholders. The MOU aims to address enduring challenges to Kenyans' nationhood through the following key commitments. I don't want to read the 10 points. So they are saying here that today, 6th August 2025, the principal announced the formation of a 5-member committee tasked with overseeing the implementation of the 10-point agenda. The following individuals have been appointed to serve on this committee: Agnezani, ODM; Fatuma Ibrahim, I think that's UDA; Kelvin Carrier, I think that's UDA; then Gabriel Ogoda, member, I think that's ODM; then Javas Bigambo, I think that's UDA. In short, UDA has 5 members, ODM I think has 2. And if you read this document here, it reads here, a joint secretariat co-led by executive secretaries from UDA and ODM has also been established to support the committee's operations, which means Edwin Sifuna, the ODM Secretary General, and Hassan Omar, the UDA Secretary General, will be the ones overseeing the operations. So Edwin Sifuna has been trapped. Listen to this part because I'm going to explain to you guys the dark secrets. In executing its mandate, this committee, under the guidance of the principals, the committee shall undertake inclusive and extensive consultation with members of the public and all relevant stakeholders, including the arms of government. Are you getting that? Government department, independent commissions, civil society, religious institutions, and private sector to ensure the implementation of the MOU is formed by diverse perspectives and addresses the needs and the aspirations of all Kenyans. So they're talking of inclusivity here. The committee will commence it. This is the most important part. The committee will commence its work immediately and will submit progress report to the principals every 2 months. So which means every 2 months they'll be reporting. On this we've reached here, on this we've reached here, on this we can't. And to a joint Kenya Kwanza ODM parliamentary group. So in short, they're also bringing in the PG on a quarterly basis. That is every 4 months now, ODM and UDA PG will be meeting. Remember, William Ruto talked of 2 major political parties. Those 2 major political parties Ford Kenya is not part of them. I want to assume NC is part of it, but based on what Ruto said in this statement, they are not part of it. The parliamentary group will hold its first sitting on August 18th. So which means on 18th of August, next week, they'll be meeting. No, next week but one, they'll be meeting. A final comprehensive report detailing the status of the MOU implementation will be released to the public on 7th March 2026. 2026, marking the 1-year anniversary of its signing. So it means next year, March, will be the D-Day where they'll submit the report. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to reveal to you guys the aim of this 5-member committee. Number one, it is clearly a strategy by William Ruto and Raila Odinga to mark time. Why am I saying this? They'll submit their report in March 2026. I want you to visualize March next year. The country will already have shifted into campaign mode. But Raila and Ruto are managing their supporters. They are bonding. And they'll release that report. We don't know what that report will entail. That report might recommend another 6 more months. So for me, it's a strategy to mark time. Number two, and this is the main objective of this committee, is to trap Edwin Sifuna and other rebels. Edwin Sifuna has been given a powerful mandate to keep a close watch on the demands raised. Edwin Sifuna has made it very clear that he will bolt out of this MOU if they will not be able to meet the 10-point agenda. He's now tasked with overseeing the implementation. So which means if anybody were to be blamed, it means if anyone is to be blamed, then that person is going to be Edwin Sifuna. Remember, Raila Odinga made something very clear, that it is Sifuna and the group who actually prepared the documents. His job was simply to sign. Now, Edwin Sifuna will be overseeing, so he will not be able to blame any other person. Unless he will say, I'm not attending the meetings. Number three, this team here, if you're to ask me, is the 2027 campaign team. After releasing that report next year, this team will be expanded. They shall have come up with a strategy. They shall have come up with a manifesto. They shall have come up with the agendas for 2027. So this team will be turned into the secretariat for the re-election of William Samoei Arap Ruto. Because you can't convince me that Raila Odinga will be in this thing up to March next year. A report will be released. And then he bolts out. Because I'm 100% sure that by March next year, the country shall have shifted to campaign mode. Number four, if you were to ask me, I think ODM party and UDA party are now locking out others from being part of the agenda. And that's why William Ruto is insisting that for them to join it, they must come under UDA party. Mudavadi, from this list, I want to assume Javans, Bigambo is Mudavadi's person. I'm not so sure. But if that's the case, then it means Weta does not have a representative here. And therefore, for him to have a representative, he will be forced to follow his party, join the UDA party. The UDA party can now recommend a member of his party. And lastly, this is a way of taming the ODM rebels, the Sifunas, the Caliber Misses, because the only reason they are giving is that the 10-point agendas have not been met. So now, what if those agendas will be met? Will they have an excuse? Ladies and gentlemen, Those are the reasons why, if you are to ask me, that 5-member committee was formed. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.